1995 was when the department started. We have various pictures of various years.
This picture here is Covington's first motorized fire truck, which was a 1926. I believe this was taken down on the front of the courthouse. Was on this, and just is doing a training. Looks like where the elementary school was going to be built at. Bud Warwick was, I believe he might have been the chief at the time when this was taken. Truck here, I believe this was in the 1950s.
This picture here that you're looking at right now, the one closest to us is me, Garth. The next one is Barry. Then the next one farther away is Scott Brewer and Chad Hansen. We were out resting right on the corner of 4th and Liberty. There was shops in there, and then upstairs was apartments, and there was a apartment fire in the very front of this building on the east side, and we fought this thing all day long. Unfortunately, a gentleman lost his life in this fire. And of course, we're just sitting there, just kind of resting. We were getting ready to go back in to put out the hot spots. But we were sitting here, and somebody came up and took this picture. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this picture actually made it in the paper. And when you look back at, from that point to now, it's kind of neat to see how much we have grown in the equipment and the training and the people that we have here that are representing the fire department. I'm Garth Kagels. I am the fire chief of the department. I've been with the department 26 years.
Bart Crowder, I'm assistant chief. Been on the department for 22 years.
I'm a probationary firefighter, which means that I am going through like a time period of where I train to go on calls and basically am trained on how to react in certain situations, like car accidents or house fires or just different types of scenarios. And that's a 6-month period.
I'm Tina. I'm Garth's wife, which I'm not on the department, I'm auxiliary, but I've been involved with the department as long as he has, because we've been married, it was in 93, and he started in 94. So I've been on the department, I guess, as long as he has.
Karen, I'm Bart's wife, and we've been married 30 years, so I've been on as long as he's been on.
For me, I started out, I worked down at the grocery store here in our community. At that time, it was the IGA, and my store manager come and asked me, he says, one of the things I'd like for you to do is, I want you to get involved in a community organization. And I can always remember when I was a young kid, I always watched the TV show Emergency, and I always wanted to be a firefighter, EMT, whatever. My mom wasn't too keen on that. And when the store manager asked me if I could, get involved with a community organization, I put my application in, and it's blossomed ever since. So I started in 1994, worked my way up through the ranks, and now I'm the fire chief, and I really enjoy it. And I see myself staying here for quite a while unless the guys kick me out. So
Started in summer of '98 when I started my career. When I started, I was just basically wanting to help the community. I know it seems like every time we bring somebody in, that's the first thing they'll say is that's what they want to do, is help our community. I live a few miles out of town, so I was kind of skeptical at first about whether or not I'd even be allowed to join for living out of town. I always thought you had to live in town, but we need people from all over. So, but I'm the same way. I watched the TV show Emergency, and just I can't that where it kind of started at too.
Well, when I was a fourth grader in Covington Elementary School, the old chief of this fire department, Joe, came in to talk to us about fire safety. And ever since then, I've always thought I wanted to be a firefighter.
the community, how they support us, you know, you see that very well with the community when they come into our fundraisers. You know, we had a, you know, with the pandemic going on right now, we did have a 3-day event down at the park, and the support that we got out of that was just absolutely phenomenal. And in the years past, all the fundraisers that we've had, the community has, you know, supported us very well, and I think we all greatly appreciate that, and we try to give back to the community by supporting the local sporting teams, you know, sponsors and things like that. What happens is we get a call, we get dispatched to the main dispatch center, which is located over here in the Covington courthouse. And then we respond from our house, residents to here, and then we put on our gear, and depending on what the run is, if it's a structure fire, we'll roll out engines. If it's a car accident, we'll typically take the rescue truck and an engine. Medical calls, we usually take the squad. Usually it takes us, if you live in town, you're probably looking at 3 to 5 minutes to get here. And then your response time from there to the residence, so you could see that could be up to 10 minutes. Then, you know, Bart can speak where he's coming from.
You know, it's a 5-minute drive for me just to get to town. So usually by the time I get here, usually the first truck's gone. So I'll respond on the second truck if it's hadn't already left.
Kemp's son, Jacob Kemp. He wanted to recreate this picture, and he did it on Garth's 50th birthday. He saw a picture of Garth and he had a thick mustache, and he asked if he looked like Garth in that picture. When the pandemic hit, we were trying to think of things we could do for the community and for the kids. And somebody tagged me in a post that an Illinois department was doing, and it was basically birthdays where the guys were going over and going by and giving basically birthday parades. So they tagged me in it. I sent them to Garth. I put these guys in a group text and asked them about it. We kind of met about it and made a plan of action. And that's when the birthday parade started. We started in April and ended about the middle of June. We did over 60 birthdays, and it got to the point where family, friends, Queens got involved, because if you know me, you know that I do a lot with the Queens, and so they got involved. We got to the point where we had, I mean, it was nothing to have 20 cars, sometimes 30 cars, and it was a blast. We made every single one of them. I think I missed
like maybe one.
I missed one. But that was it. But it gave us something to do. Also, Karen put together a little gift bag. We got some of our stuff together. We went and bought some things. So each kid got a present from the fire department from all of us.
We usually do something at Christmas. We do a family Christmas. Pick a family in the community, buy gifts for them, and take food if we need to.
Tina Holmes, the Fountain County EMA Deputy Director, has been very instrumental in helping us get some equipment. As you will see when you turn the camera and look, we got a new washer and a new dryer, turnout gear dryer, and it'll have actually a feature on there called an ozone layer. Basically, is an extra additive to kill the virus, and it came through CARES Act money. Like I said, Tina Holmes was very instrumental in getting this. She is actually one of our auxiliary too, so she's been very helpful, and we got that installed.
One thing we'll be adding this year is we're going to do a community ham and bean dinner at the park at the big pavilion. It will be held on Halloween night. This was something that was done years ago, back in probably in the 70s and 80s, and then just kind of they done away with it. Plan on doing it the last weekend in October from here on out, with along with the 5 and 10K as the nursery school does, and the haunted trail is also that evening. So 4 to 7 would be free will donation.